Hi everyone, I'm Semina Ahmed. I'm a medical doctor with special training in Ayurvedic medicine. I practice as a holistic health practitioner and also try to use the tools I learned as a modern medicine doctor. So I practice as an integrative practitioner, trying to weave in and trying to use all these tools of healing that I have gained in my last 36 years. So I have trained in energy medicine. I have also gone to India to study Ayurveda. I trained with Dr. Deepak Chopra, and along with a couple of my Indian professors, Dr. Jain and Dr. Shekhar, I was able to understand the importance of bringing wholeness or whole health perspective in my life. So Ayurveda taught me that I'm not just a physical body, but I'm also a mind, I'm a body, and also a spirit. So the 360-degree approach definitely works, with my clients. My passion has been nutrition, especially cooking and eating. So I ran a cooking show in Pakistan for almost 7 years, and that's where I'm from. I trained in medicine in Pakistan and worked in internal medicine, gastroenterology, where I found out that almost 80% of the patients I saw in the outpatient department were suffering from issues related to the digestive system. And I'm sure all of the people who are watching right now, you do know that if you have any ailments in the digestive system, literally all your systems get affected and you feel terrible. That's one system. If you cure it, the other systems benefit from it too. And I have trained in both kinds of sciences, so I have understood the importance of literally food and food being medicine. Modern medicine and Ayurveda have a lot of similarities. They are both sciences. They try to treat the human body. They remove all the ailments. They maintain the body's health and also try to cure disease. There are a lot of other modalities besides Ayurveda and modern medicine who have the same objective, which is to make us feel better and to make us feel well and healthy. I personally favor the integrative approach, which is more about the person as a whole, mind, body, and spirit. So, the one thing that Ayurvedic medicine taught me was the importance of balance in our lives. And we, I think, forget that a lot of times. So, what is balance? I guess it's a state of homeostasis where everything is working in order, things are being done at the right time, your biological clock, your internal clock is in sync with that of the universe. So, the most important thing that comes to mind is having a balance with the way you work and also the way you rest. In other words, what is your adaptation level? And the balance has to be between all the three dimensions, the mind, the body, and the spirit. And I know that's a challenge, especially in modern day living, because we live a life where we are mainly a hamster on a wheel. We're trying to do too much in the time that we have. And in doing so, we lose perspective of rest and work. And we try to do too much of everything. And of course, we're also overstimulated because of all the technology that has come into our lives, the social networks, and all. I want you to be very mindful about 5 things in which you should have balance. The first one is nutrition. Are you eating clean food? The place where you buy food from or your source has to be great and good. I want you to eat food which has 6 tastes in it. The Western diet has only 3. It's sweet, sour, and salty. But the Ayurvedic food or Ayurvedic lifestyle people are eating 6 tastes. And what are the other 3 that you need to incorporate in your diet? The other 3 tastes are astringent, pungent, and also bitter. These 6 tastes, when they are incorporated in your meals, in each and every meal, are going to give you a lot of health benefits. Eating at the right time, sleeping at the right time are all very important, and they all come under lifestyle management. Nutrition principles will not work for you if your clock does not match the clock of the universe. So, waking up with the birds and trying to sleep by 10:30, and also incorporating daily routines which make sure that you eat your heaviest meal around 12 noon when your digestive fire is nice and strong. The second principle I want you to focus on would be exercise. So, exercise cannot just be going to the gym, it has to have three different components to it. So, you have to do some kind of flexibility or warming up before you go to the gym. And that can be done by doing yoga, Pilates, or just simple warm up exercises. And then you go to the gym and you could be doing the aerobic part of the exercise, which is 35 to 45 minutes of really getting your heartbeat to go up, and then 3 times a week doing some weights as well. So, incorporating all the three things will mean a complete exercise regimen. But remember, the most important thing is consistency. And I remember my gym trainer telling me the most important thing is just arriving there. Now, the third thing you need to have balance with would be relationships. And I know we live in a world where there's so much of chaos and we are always hamsters on a wheel trying to do too many things. And in doing so, we ignore important people in our life, which are your family. So, trying to make sure that you give your family some time would be very important. Your children, your spouse, your relatives, and of course, let's not forget the friends. And then we come to your career. In my practice, I've seen many people in careers which they don't love. And so, what happens is that you end up being mediocre in that. The most important and integral part of being in any profession or career would be to love it, right? So, having passion for something. When you have passion, you will definitely get the results and you're going to have purpose in life. And then with that purpose will come progress in life. So, try to find the right career for yourselves, because being in the wrong one or having an imbalance in that will also lead to disease. Overwork, having no rest is going to again come with many consequences. People at your house, your children, your spouse are not going to be happy if you are a workaholic. So try to balance that. And then, of course, the most important thing, spirituality. Again, in a life which is filled up with materialism, commercialism, where are we going to find some quiet moments, right? Spirituality comes from love, it's not a religion. You need to find out what centers you, what is your spiritual center, what grounds you. For some people, it is religion, but for many, it could be just reading a great book from someone who you respect, an enlightenment expert, or it could be just taking a walk in the park, doing a meditation, or going to a salon where you get a nice massage. Try to find out what works for you. Mainly, it's all about finding some quiet time for yourself. And in this very busy world, finding that quiet moment where nobody's disturbing you and you are literally away from all the noise, the chatter, trying to reconnect with your soul, your spirit, and where you came from. As a medical doctor, a holistic health counselor, and now an Ayurvedic practitioner, I feel I have the 360 degrees on how to manage a person's lifestyle. Lifestyle management is so important and crucial right now because most of the diseases that we see in the world are all connected to a bad lifestyle. If you look at the statistics, obesity, heart disease, diabetes, autoimmune disorders, and cancers are literally on the rise. The medical stats for the United States are literally in the red zone for all these diseases. So, as a practitioner, my job is to find the right solution for my patient. Hippocrates said, "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine thy food." Unfortunately, we can't practice that right now because our food is adulterated, it has pesticides, antibiotics, it is devoid of minerals which we need to prevent micronutrient deficiencies. And in my practice, I see many patients who are actually suffering from disorders which can be prevented by just eating a good, healthy diet. As a lifestyle consultant, my job is to teach them and tell them what to do. So I'm on the lookout for good supplements, and I don't want to give them synthetic supplements. I am looking out for supplements which are natural. So my life has always been a roller coaster ride. I've always tried to do more than I should. So I was doing my own wellness practice and then also running a non-profit and then being a manager for a very popular, famous rock band. And to top it all, I also have 3 boys. I should actually say 4 because my husband is the biggest boy and kid ever, and he's the one who's not going to go to college as well. So having that kind of a lifestyle, I remember 2 years ago, I became extremely fatigued. I had pain everywhere and I used to get tired easily. My sleep cycle was disturbed. Around that time, a friend of mine introduced me to Laminine by Life Farm. Now, I'm somebody, who's going to read too much about it before I really start taking something. So I started reading about Life Farm, about Laminine. I went through journals, PDR, all kinds of research work about Laminine to discover and find out that this is a natural product, it's a nutraceutical, and that it basically enhances the ability of the body to come back into balance and to bring optimal wellness to people. So I said, hey, wait a second, I think I should try it on me because right now I need it. So I started taking it and I think I saw a difference. Within a couple of weeks, I felt that my energy was coming back and that my sleep cycle was better. And then I continued taking it continuously for at least a couple of years now. And I am still on it, but I did give it a break also because I wanted to see if it's Laminine or something else. So I gave a break and I noticed once again that I was getting tired. I am very confident in saying that Laminine, with the proprietary blend of being a fertilized avian egg extract, having phytoproteins, having marine proteins in it, it has the ability to definitely change the dynamics of my body. And since I was Ayurvedically trained and I knew that the importance of balance was important, optimal health was important, I felt that this is something that is working and is close to what I believe in. So I started giving it to my children, my husband, my family members. They are all on it, especially my mother-in-law. And you all know that once a mother-in-law is happy, everything is good. In my practice, I get a lot of patients who have stress. We all have stress. There are a lot of stressors in our life, and we all have to deal with them on a daily basis, right? Now, knowing that it's not good for us, especially chronic stress, it's going to lead to diseases like diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, autoimmune disorders, cancers, and obesity. We want to make sure that we know how to combat that, right? How to manage it in a way that it doesn't lead to a disease. So it's important to find out again how we can do it through methods like yoga, meditation, breathing. These are all natural sources of trying to de-stress, trying to take care of yourself as well. So in stressful situations, your fight or flight response triggers. And this is a response that was given to us as a protective response because it's really useful, by the way. When we see a snake, we either kill it or we run away. Or if somebody, while you're driving, just brakes in front of you, you have the capacity to immediately brake and avoid an accident. The problem happens when the fight or flight response continues and it doesn't stop. So during any fight or flight response, your hormones are secreted and they come in from the adrenals and you have secretion of adrenaline, noradrenaline, and also cortisol. So cortisol is a big culprit. It's not only going to cause havoc in our body by causing mental disorders, anxiety, bipolar disorders. It can lead to depression, it can cause sleep disturbances, and also cause issues with your blood regulation. So it's very important not to have continuous secretion of these hormones. The stress goes away and these should ideally stop, right? But what happens is that we start harboring on anxiety and fear, and we cause it to continuously secrete cortisol, and this causes the problems. So cortisol levels need to go down. Now, laminine, through research and studies, and especially a lot of work done by Dr. Escalade, has actually proven that your cortisol levels can go down. So he did series of experiments and research, and he gave laminine to people, and during this study, after taking laminine continuously for 12 days, the cortisol levels went down 23%. So too much stress affects the mind but also the emotions. If you've been feeling low and depressed, start taking laminine, because what happens is when laminine fixes your cortisol levels or starts lowering that cortisol level, the serotonin levels get regulated too. So laminine is a happy pill. Recent research studies indicate that the fertilized avian egg extract has numerous and powerful antioxidants. It also has growth factors like fibroblast growth factor, which will literally go and go to the stem cells and then allow them to produce collagen, elastin, fibronectin, and all these elements will go and repair cartilage, or will also go and heal and repair any area which has an issue, whether it is bleeding gums, and if there is some issue with the joint. We all know that over 21 million Americans suffer from osteoarthritis and 2.1 from rheumatoid arthritis. And the major issue with the joints is that there's a scar tissue and the cartilage is all worn. So when a supplement which has the ability to literally synthesize and repair because of all these strong elements, it can actually give a lot of benefit to the patient. We also have a lot of essential, non-essential amino acids in this product, and these are all non-synthetic, and they are also natural. So literally laminine in a way gives you the ability to feel good and to have an overall sense of well-being, whether it is bleeding gums, whether there is loss of libido, whether there is insomnia, fatigue, or issues with any other ailments like having or being a pre-diabetic. This is a solution and it definitely works. So double-blind studies were done with the placebo-controlled group in which pre-diabetic people were taken, and one group was given laminine and the other group was given a placebo. So after that, the hemoglobin A1C was checked to find out the levels of sugar, or to find out what each group had actually experienced. So the group that got laminine actually showed lower level of A1C, which means that the A1C level dropped, the blood sugar dropped, whereas the group which was a placebo, they moved from the pre-diabetic to the diabetic state. Laminine is definitely following an Ayurvedic approach, because when you take that, your physical, emotional, spiritual, nutritional, and psychological systems stay in balance. Laminine gives you a package deal of health and happiness.